everybody. We're back. I'm Tom.
I'm Travis, and welcome to Give Us the Launch Codes.
We were back. We were supposed to have a 3-week vacation, but due to the news of the world, it was a 2-week vacation. So it's good to see you again, buddy. Did you know, by the way, speaking of the date, because we're closing in on July 9th, folks, and July 9th is very exciting for me. Do you know why, Travis?
No. What's so special about July 9th?
South Park. Season 27 is back, baby. No more specials. None of that, 1 hour.
Too many legal troubles there.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you brought the legal troubles. Because did you know that due to all that fun legal trouble, South Park's leaving Max?
Oh, really?
Yes. So hurry up, folks. If you have HBO Max, watch as much South Park as you can because it is all going to Paramount Plus.
Oh, my God.
My guess, it'll be on Paramount Plus by the time Season 27 airs. Isn't that hilarious?
That's a funny escalation. If you don't know, there's been a lawsuit between Warner Brothers Discovery and Paramount over South Park because Paramount sold Warner the streaming rights to South Park. But then Paramount created Paramount Plus, and they realized that they fucked up really badly because they couldn't stream South Park. So
and South Park's the main thing of Comedy Central.
So they're like, hey, what if we put out these specials? They're not part of the regular shows. They're just Paramount Plus exclusive specials. That's where you got, the COVID stuff,
Except one. So what's funny is the pre-COVID and the vaccination special are on HBO Max. The rest are all on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, so it's been a pretty funny... So Warner Brothers Discovery sued Paramount because they're like, hey, wait a second, we should stream those. Those are part of your show. Those are episodes of your show. And Paramount's like, no, they're not. They're specials. So, yeah, they went to court over... I guess this is... this is the escalation of that.
It's leaving, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
And you know what's even interesting? Because we have going a callback to our television episodes of The Pit, The Paradise, and the Ugly.
Yeah.
This season of South Park will only be 8 episodes. And I'm like, damn it, the fuck? Okay, I guess it's 2 more than the last one because it was 6 episodes for last season. Now at least it's 2 more, but I'm like, these are just 24-minute episodes. Give me more.
South Park's not that expensive to produce. They make
No,
those
it's
episodes
not.
in a week.
It's not. I'm excited. South Park is back for a new season, 8 episodes. I can't wait to see what they make fun of just basically this country.
All I have is I'm just really happy about the new Ghost album, Galactica.
Oh, yeah, you've been sending me that stuff.
Yeah, I think...
for the true Catholics.
For the... Well, a lot of their earlier albums are definitely especially if you're a lapsed Catholic, like me, it's really cathartic. Or if you're just sort of
a questioning
crisis of faith, crisis of religion, institution stuff. I actually think this new album might be their most accessible. There's a lot of 80s prog rock, which is funny because they're listed as a metal band, but this band loves to mess around with genres. So there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff that sounds like Journey.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down.
There's a lot the opening track. It almost sounds like a remake of Separate Ways.
No. Okay, I'm down. I'm gonna listen to that.
Yeah. Ghost, Galactica. Maybe my favorite band right now.
All right, should we just get into the episode now?
Yeah.
And so this episode will be coming out the Tuesday after Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Because this is our Mother's Day episode. We're going to do the TV moms.
Our belated Mother's Day episode. Yay!
So we got, good moms, bad moms, and honestly, overall, it's just the moms who are just keeping it together. This is the TV moms Travis and I grew up with compared to, our dads. Kind of like with our TV dads.
Yeah.
Same concept. We're finally bringing it full circle. But first off, before we kick this off, because Travis, you'll be starting off, just a happy belated Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Mm-hmm. Foster moms, stepmoms, birth moms, adoptive moms, Ninas, grandmas, aunts, the big sisters who had to take over in unfortunate circumstances. Any maternal figure out there. Yeah. To all you, every mom, anyone who's called a mom, even at the workplace. Happy Mother's Day to everyone.
Happy belated Mother's Day, everybody. I'll start this off. I know that I was kind of put in charge of collecting good TV moms, but I'm going to start with a dishonorable bad mom mention. Okay. Her name is Mrs. Peacock, as seen in The X-Files, Season 4, Episode 2, Home.
Okay, tell me about it.
That, no. I'm not going to tell you about it. If you know, you know.
Oh, she's just that bad.
I'm not going to explain why she's a bad mom. If you've seen the episode, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
All right, then. What's the episode again then? So
it's Home. Season 4, Episode 2 of The X-Files.
Okay, Home. I'm gonna look that up. Alrighty, so let's get into the good TV moms you got there, Travis.
Yeah, I have quite a list. Some of them are like regular characters. Some of them are, kind of more one-time appearances. I think I'm just going to start with Linda Belcher on Bob's Burgers.
You know what? She really is a good mother.
She's kind of dumb. Or just a little...
I think it's almost like she's just a little naive. She ain't dumb.
Yes.
She believes too much in the good.
Like, Bob is definitely smarter than she is.
Oh, yeah.
A little more grounded than she is. Bob's Burgers gets compared a lot to King of the Hill, but I would say that I did not put Peggy Hill on the good moms list.
I think Peggy Hill would be more of a simplistic mom. She's really simple-minded.
Yes.
The racehorse with the blinders on. Mm-hmm. But Linda, like you said, no, she's a good mom because she just believes in the good. Like, automatic. Like,
yes.
Well, we meet her parents. Like, she had a good upbringing. She's just like, well, why can't it be nice? Why can't it be this? Yeah. Like, remember, she just sings sometimes randomly. She sings to say no to sex. So, yeah, no, she's a great mom. She's sassy. She's funny.
Funny example of a good mom. When you were a child, did you ever watch the PBS show Caillou?
That's a mom who needs a vacation.
I put her in the good moms category
because
she was pretty good about putting that little 4-year-old shit in his place. Here's what I'll say in defense of Caillou, because I think a lot of millennials have grown up and now it's like kind of cool to shit talk that show. Because, yeah, Caillou is a little shit. You know why? He's a realistic depiction of an actual 4-year-old.
Yeah, a little shit.
And the problem is, if you're a child watching a TV show, you don't want to be Caillou. You want to learn his lessons so that you don't act like him. You cringe when he does something bad.
He's like our generation snafu. He really is.
So, people talk does Caillou encourage bad behavior in children and whatever? And to me, that's like saying that if your child watches South Park, they're going to turn out like Eric Cartman. I think children are a lot smarter than that, in that everyone knows Cartman is a bad kid.
Yeah, he's
a terrible kid. Kids can pick up on that, like, oh, he's the bad friend in your group. And I think a lot of children can pick up on the idea that no, Caillou is
And yeah, I remember watching Caillou as like a 5-year-old, like when I was a child, like a toddler, and I was always he's a dummy to me, just to me.
Yeah. He's a 4-year-old. Yeah. He's like preschool age. He doesn't know better. He's got to learn this shit. I'll do Nancy Gribble from King of the Hill, who I think is a better mother than Miss Peggy Hill. I think she's smarter than Peggy. Now we could talk about her on and off extramarital affair with her son's actual birth father, John Redcorn. I don't count that in terms of her actual parenting of Joseph.
That's a wife thing.
That's just
This is a partner thing.
But I think she's pretty good. I think she's a very sweet mom to Joseph.
She's been sweet to Bobby too. she's a good mom. Oh my god.
Oh, I'll help you out, Shug.
Oh, I just love how it's like Dale's such a fucking idiot. No, she is a good to Joseph and even to Bobby when she has to look after both boys. Yeah, she's a good mom. Okay. Oh, that was good. Okay, hold on, that was good. Okay, I got a bad TV mom, and it's she only had, from what I know, because I only watched 2.5 seasons of the show, and it just recently concluded, and I think she was only in there for a minute maybe.
Okay.
But this was one horrible TV mom. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Evelyn Dutton.
Oh.
John Dutton III's wife.
John, the Kevin Costner's wife.
Yes,
in Yellowstone.
So Evelyn Dutton, played by Gretchen Mol. That was oh my God, what a horrible just woman and mom.
I regret the fact that we did not in our TV Dads episode, we did not talk about John Dutton as a bad father, because I probably would have gone on a rant of like how the writing of that show declined, where like I think Taylor Sheridan, the one guy who wrote that show, kind of forgot that John Dutton was supposed to be a really bad father.
Well, yeah, that was the point.
Especially with the way like Jamie's arc plays out, in which it's like, no, he was actually really fucking abusive to his son, who turned out to be his adopted son, which kind of makes things way worse. Yeah. But Taylor Sheridan is like such an absentee writer that he didn't. I think he fell in love with that character, with John Dutton as a character, like the idealistic cowboy kind of thing, that he kind of forgot what a shitty human being he is.
That shitty human being married another shitty human being. This is during season 1 when it was like, that was a solid season. Like, we didn't know what was going to come.
Yeah, back when it was good.
I think it was episode, I want to say 3 or 4, where we get a flashback of the Dutton children on horseback with
Yes, I know the scene you're talking about, yeah.
And the thing is, she is so bad, like, and for no reason, like, there's no setup of, like, oh, this is a bad daughter, she needs to be disciplined. No, like, Evelyn is just shitting all over Beth.
Yes.
Just, I mean, completely venomous towards every fiber of this girl's being, just shitting on her, saying, why are you afraid of this horse? Stop being a baby. You're on, like, why are you doing this? And it's like, oh my God, how does she even get her on the horse? And like, this is their kids. Yeah. And then, because that horse that Evelyn's on Bucks runs off and she falls on her back.
God,
I think she fell on a rock on her back.
Yeah.
And then, you know what she does? She just blames Beth for her death. This is your fault. I'm like, Jesus Christ, woman! Even though she fell on a rock from a horse, got bucked off, she's still saying, like, what was it? I think it was Jamie who was saying, like, oh, I'll go get Dad. She's like, no, your sister has to do this. This is her fault. She's going to clean up her mess. And I'm like, lady, you're going to die. What the hell's your problem? And she's like, look at me. This is your fault while I'm dying. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. On that show, Yellowstone has a surprising amount of characters that don't take responsibilities for their own shortcomings. I always felt like that show went downhill once Taylor Sheridan forgot he was writing a crime show.
Well, that's what it is.
Because that's what it's supposed to be. It was supposed to be like, it's the mafia, but they're cowboys.
Oh, it was that, and also, too, it was teaching the whole thing about, as Taylor and Sheridan said in the first season, what it means to own land and how much in this country. And it's like, no, if you own that much, you're kind of a douche, and you're evil.
Yeah.
There's something evil about you that you've held on to that. That's our mascot, Tater Tot. He's just being a little grump. But yeah, no, it's, the Duttons are shitty people. And Evelyn Dutton is like, oh my God, like, that woman is just awful.
And they do crimes. There's never like an idea of like, we have to resort to breaking the law to get our way, and never a sense of like, well, what if the law catches up to us, or how does this square with our soul? In the end, it kind of just plays it off as like, actually, we're normal ranchers the whole time, and this is just simply a family drama about what it's like to run a ranch. And it's like, wait, what about like the brand thing, like the weird like mafia enforcer cult thing going on where they like brand your chest as like, you're bound to this ranch for life now? Like, they totally forget all of that.
Remember when they blew up a dam when people were at the golf course?
Yes.
Like, people could have died?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got another bad TV mom. I watched some of this show. I know you have too. My mom loves this show. Mm-hmm. From Shameless, Monica Gallagher, played by Chloe Webb. It's the mom of those kids.
Okay.
And we just know you can tell she's a bad mom because, one, first of all, she's not in the picture for the beginning of the show. You see the lifestyle these kids are living, like the kids are holding everything together. And then when you meet the mom, it's like, oh my God, it's like, I can't tell who's worse, you or Frank.
Damn, I wish my wife was here because she watches that show. I don't.
Well, why she was a bad mom is just she had a lot of abandonment. She had a substance abuse problem, but then she cherry-picked when to come into the lives of these kids, but she cherry-picked which kid. Mm-hmm. So she played this disgusting type of favoritism, ignoring for sure the eldest daughter, played by Emily Rossum. Mm-hmm. And she's just like, well, you should apologize for me. I was just going through something. Just apologize. Like, just forgive me, like, I shouldn't really have to apologize too much. Just the attitude she had was, forgive me, I was going through, my third bender.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, she was a shitty mom. And then keeping it into the crime family stuff that we talked about, from The Sopranos, Carmela Soprano, played by Edie Falco. That's a bad mom.
Okay.
You know what your husband's doing. Like, you can't act all like, Tony, where are you going? What's all this stuff? Like, you know the dirty deeds your husband does. Your kids are also little shits. And you're just like, well, I'm in this nice big house. I have these nice things, and I like my makeup and my nails. Like, now she played it really well. I'll admit, Edie Falco is one of the greatest actresses for television just as a whole. Like, everything she does is great. But you could tell with this one, it's like, no, you know. Yeah. Like, and it's like, so don't act all fucking high and mighty. Okay. You're a shitty mom. And you're just a shitty mom also, too, if you're a part of that kind of crime. Like, organization.
Since we're in the criminals with double lives category of television, this is going to be a controversial take for a good TV mom. Skylar White.
Yep, I was waiting for that.
Skylar White from Breaking Bad. This character was very infamously maligned when the show was on. A lot of people hated Skylar because, Skylar got in the way of certain things, and when she found out what her husband was doing, which was manufacturing methamphetamine and selling it to Mexican drug cartels, she was not happy about that. Oh, gee, who would have thought? And then drove her to cheat on her husband at one point with Ted. But let me ask you this. Was she ever bad to Walter Jr.? No. She wasn't even... or their daughter? No.
The clips I've seen of that show, I've never watched the show, but the clips I've seen, because you brought up Skylar before, it's like, no, yeah, like, that poor lady, like, oh my God, like, she did the best she could. She even was like, I felt forced to help my husband. It's like, no, like, this is out of hand. What the hell? And he's getting mad at her and shit.
And also Walt is a manipulative monster who lies all the time to his wife, to his son, to his business partner with Jesse, just to get his way, keep them in line for his own interests. What the fuck is she supposed to do? I mean, the fact that she didn't leave him outright and stay gone is kind of like, I guess, a testament to her willingness to keep the family together. And not, make things... If anything, I would say she probably stayed with Walt for her kids' benefit more than her own or for Walt's benefit. And I think for that, she's a good mom. She just suffered a lot. And she didn't deserve any of the shit that her husband put her through, and she didn't deserve any of the hate that she got.
When you talk about Skylar, she also reminds me of another TV mom in a certain situation. Vic Mackey's mom from the show. Well, sorry, Vic Mackey's
That's
wife.
The next one I want to...
Okay,
yeah.
So we were thinking the same thing.
I don't remember, Corrine going through as much, being put through as much shit as Walt's wife, as Skylar was. But again, it's the same thing. She's just a mother, a down-to-earth mother trying to make the best of, with her family, trying to do what's best for her family, all the while her husband is doing really shady criminal stuff that ultimately puts her family at risk.
Also openly having affairs.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Vic's openly having affairs.
Yeah, there's that too.
And she's dealing with that, as well as dealing with her kids' diagnosed early onset autism and shit. And then remember that one episode where Vic just brings a baby home and she's like, the fuck's this? He's like, this. It's not mine, it's a prostitute's. Excuse me? It's one of my informants. She just needs to stay. And she just says, okay, it's a baby. I'll take him, fine, for the night. The baby stays like a couple nights, and she actually takes care of another woman's baby who she thinks it's Vic's.
Yeah. There's kind of like a social contract if you're married to a cop, I've heard, where it's like, you don't bring the work home. That's the kind of thing that my mom told me about with her dad when her dad was a police officer, and homicide, and then when he rose up the ranks, it's like, you don't bring that home.
But he brought it home every
But
night.
he would bring his work home, and it would get in the way of his family, and he couldn't keep that stuff separate.
Didn't he also, too, sometimes just, come home just to, literally drink a glass of orange juice and then leave? And also, too, I would argue that Vic's wife was put through way more than Skylar, because, remember, Vic's wife was put into witness protection. At the very
There
end.
is that, yeah.
The kids were put into wet sack, man.
That's true. She didn't ask for any of that.
No, she was a great lady who was like, oh my god, all these crooked bastard cops are in my home. And also, too, Vic had multiple affairs, and then he actually had a baby with one lady.
At least with, like, a police, like, if you're married to a police officer, you're knowingly signing up for, like, being with someone who does dangerous stuff. Granted, the kind of stuff that Vic did was way beyond the mark of like what is acceptable.
Oh, God, yeah.
Whereas Skylar just married a chemist. She just married a scientist and didn't expect him to become like the
meth kingpin of the world. He made remember that? He made the purest meth. It was like 98.8%, something like that.
It was like the best meth ever. Like she didn't sign up for any criminal shit. That was her brother-in-law's deal because her brother-in-law was a DEA agent.
Yeah, that's right.
That was her sister's problem. Like, she didn't sign up for any of that.
I love the best part about that meth, how so pure it was. Remember that one episode when Walter's just like this? He forgot the aluminum. I don't know what. That's the only episode I ever watched. I don't know what it was about that part about he forgot the. I just lost my shit laughing my ass off.
Well, it's like, I'm going to make a pure product. Oh, you forgot to do this? Oh, well, then everything we made was crap. And I think that was when Jesse is like, well, who cares? Like, meth heads will take anything you give him. And he's like, but this is like Walt taking pride in his work. And he's like, no, I promised the best. This is not the best.
The episode I saw, it was actually when the chicken guy, I forget who he was.
Oh, Gus.
When Gus was actually trying to replace Walt. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That was that episode. Ooh. But it's so funny. He was so much pride. He's like, he forgot the aluminum. I'm like, damn, this meth must be good. Mm-hmm. Is it back to me now?
Yeah, we'll go back to
Okay, so I got another bad TV mom. This one actually I think might be a little controversial because people might defend her. But Lori Grimes.
Ooh.
Sarah Wayne Callies plays her. Mm-hmm. From The Walking Dead. She's a shitty mom. Because remember, we not only get that flashback of what happened to Rick before he, became in the coma about their marriage, and you're like, oh my god, this woman sounds like shit. And basically she's a bad mom not because she has arguments with her husband, but because she says venomous, disgusting comments to her husband in front of the kid. Remember their fights would be in front of Carl, and it wouldn't be a fight of like, oh, you forgot to close the cabinet. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, like, can you stop doing it? It wasn't like that kind of fight. It was like degrading her husband as a man in front of her son.
Yeah,
like she was a bad mom, and then
kid to hear that.
You get other flashbacks too of like when Shane came up to tell Lori at Carl's school that Rick got shot. Mm-hmm. It's the way she was talking about Carl kind of being a little bit of a pussy. Like it was there. It was a quick line. I'm like, you don't say that out loud. And then you watch her too as a whole. It's like it's not her having an affair. No, she thought her husband was dead. It wasn't that. It was just how she would act with Carl and how she would be like, oh, I'm this protective mom, but then I don't care.
Yeah.
No, the Lori Grimes. I'm kind of glad when she died in season 3. Like she really was a shitty mom.
It's been a while since I watched those first 3 seasons, and I'm also just thinking back to how I don't know if she. I'm trying to remember how she was in the book.
She died quicker in the book.
She died at like around the same point in like the show, like where.
Oh, you're right.
Because it was still in the prison, and she died at the prison.
I think in the book,
her death was way more violent in the book.
To me, in the book, she was slightly here, while the Lori in the TV show was just mean.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it was just... the Lori in the TV show, the way she was portrayed, was just a meaner woman.
Okay.
And I get it's the apocalypse, but I'm like, well, she was like that beforehand because of the flashbacks. Yeah. And she had this possessive hold over Rick to the point where he killed Shane. I got one quick more TV, bad mom, and then, you take over. I don't know if did you ever watch the show Atypical on Netflix?
Yes, I did watch Atypical.
Elsa's a bad mom. Jennifer Jason Leigh played her. Elsa, that's a bad mom. Because she neglected her eldest child because her youngest had atypical autism. So she automatically neglected her eldest. Yeah, the whole show. She had neglected her oldest son, her oldest child, who was a girl, and completely put all the attention on her youngest. her son, because he was born with atypical autism, not only, she had an affair, but the fact that she chose favoritism, and not favoritism in the way that the average mom does. It was favoritism because, oh my God, he has this, disability. My oldest is fine. Okay, no love for her. That's a bad mom.
Okay.
She neglected her, and you can see that because her oldest kid, that girl was like broken, and her mom just was always telling her, "You got to keep an eye on your brother. You got to keep an eye on your brother. You got to do this. You got to do that." It's like, well, okay, you know what? Your son's actually pretty functional. Like he's fine. And like there was a point I remember where she didn't want her daughter to go to this private school with free tuition because then who's going to look after him? Someone needs to look after him.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's fucked up. He has friends at that school and even a girlfriend. He's fine.
Yeah.
Your daughter could go to college on a fucking track scholarship. And she was holding her daughter back. That's a bad mom.
Yeah.
And also, too, but Jennifer Jason Leigh played it perfectly. That woman's an amazing actress. By the way, all these bad TV moms are played by some of the best actresses in the world. If you really, to play a bad TV mom, you have to be an amazing actress. Because there's something about playing a bad TV mom, folks. It has to be done a certain way, or it's ruined. And these women, and the women we're going to talk about further, oh my God, they're all great. None of them are bad actresses.
It's like when you play any character that makes bad choices. Besides good writing, you do need a compelling performer to make us understand why those bad choices are made to the point where, all right, I'll still watch this character.
Well, the point of the bad character is to sympathize because you understand.
Yeah.
And that's why, and this is great. You got some good ones for us?
I decided to switch it up and talk about more like metaphorical mothers who are not... Characters who are not like, these are my literal children that I birthed from my loins and I'm raising them. No, they just sort of assume the maternal role in the group that they're in. I will start with Barbara, a.k.a. Mrs. Howard on Abbott Elementary, of whom Quinta Brunson, the star and creator of the show, has said that she based that character off her own mother.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, so
and she won an Emmy for that. I
think so.
Or was it a SAG?
Probably both. I don't know.
Mrs. Howard is awesome.
She's been recognized for it.
Barbara's awesome.
And you know what the best is? That she's the kindergarten teacher.
Yeah.
She's the oldest person in the group. She's old enough to be a grandmother. Well, I think she's about to be a grandmother.
She's about to be a grandmother, and she also has tenure. Like, she's the longest running teacher.
She's been there, like there's so many instances on that show where, like, grown men and women will walk up to her and be like, "Hi, Mrs. Howard," because she used to teach him, like, decades ago.
Yeah.
She's been there forever. But, yeah, she teaches kindergartners. Her thing is that she's kind of... Yeah, she's like a little set in her ways, and she's super religious.
I love that about her, though. It's like this, oh, Jesus, give me the strength.
Jesus, give me strength. But it's not a negative for her. She is like, if you could get Barbara on board for something, she is like the best. She's like the best moral support you could ask for.
Everyone will follow Barbara.
Yes.
If Barbara's doing something, everyone's like, oh, well, she's doing it. Okay.
The elder stateswoman of the group.
And I love that you're right, because the fact that she's the kindergarten teacher says more about the state of, like, schools, like the breakdown of elementary schools. The kindergarten teacher sets the pace for the rest of, like, grades 1 through 6. Like, the kindergarten teacher, that's why they are like, you do not fuck with them.
Yes.
Yes. You do not fuck with the kindergarten teacher because they're making your lives easier for the next 6 years for that school. And Barbara just lays the law. No kid has ever sass-talked her. No one's ever done anything. They follow her. She protects those babies, but she has always a rod and a whip. But everyone knows, like, no, don't mess her up, because she will use it, but she will always have love.
Yeah,
Barbara's awesome. Remember when she was so mad that the kids' toilets weren't working that she raised hell because she said, "My babies can't use the restroom," and she was about to raise hell. That was the only time that she chewed out the custodian. Think about that. Who's the character who plays the custodian? The character's name is
Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Johnson. Everyone respected Mr. Johnson. No one gave Mr. Johnson shit because he helps everything. That was the one time Barbara chewed his ass out because her babies could not pee.
Yeah,
Barbara's great. She's great.
And she is the standard bearer, the poster child of of kind of the central theme of the show is that these teachers do this because they want to teach. This isn't about money. If it was about money, they'd have done something else with their lives. No, they're doing this because they love to teach, and that is why she has stuck it out at that decrepit old school that probably needs a remodel, but the district will never pay for it. That's why she has stuck it out for God knows how long, because she cares about rearing up those babies, rearing up those little 5-year-olds.
And she's the most best dressed. Her jewelry, her clothing, her nails.
She's got class.
Her nails, dude. Everything about her is just like Sunday church.
Mm-hmm. And then continuing with the theme of metaphorical mothers, President Laura Roslin on Battlestar Galactica. I don't want to badger you, but you really need to watch that show. It's on Amazon now.
I got to watch a lot of sci-fi.
Yeah, one of the best dramas to ever come out in the mid-2000s.
But the Battlestar Galactica you watched, not the old one.
Not the 70s version, not the
one you watched.
No, the Sci-Fi Channel remake from 2003 to 2009.
With legit war.
Yeah, no, that show's really hardcore. That show was very much in the pre-Game of Thrones age of, we're on cable, how far can we push this?
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Yeah.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Yeah, but that show is like, if you don't know the premise, we came to Earth from out there. There are 12 planets of humans, and then we invented robots, and they came to kill us all. So we follow the survivors who are on these ships looking for Earth, the mythical 13th planet in their lore. Right. And she is the president because she was essentially a designated survivor type situation. She was the Secretary of Education, so she's a glorified school teacher. So she already has this like maternal, nurturing sense about her. But now that she's leading like a group of 50,000 and falling survivors, she had to grow a pair, and eventually she becomes like kind of terrifying. But she's got the best.
Well, that's why you don't piss off teachers, dude.
And you know what? I forgot to mention one detail. She has cancer.
And she's just kicking ass.
Like, in the beginning of the show, she finds out she has breast cancer. And so she's like, my days are numbered. So, yeah, the survivors of humanity, our government is being led by a president who is not going to live for very long. And she didn't ask for any of this.
Who's a school teacher.
And she has to, content with, like, dealing with the military, because that's like a big thing in like the first season of the show is like the military's like, do we really want to recognize you as the president? Like, come on, can we not fuck around on this? There's like a coup attempt, there's like clashes, which in the show, because the fleet, because the military is led by Will Adama, played by Edward James Olmos. They are the mommy and daddy of the whole fleet. So, like, when they start, like, going at it, it's like mommy and daddy are fighting. Like, the entire fleet is their kids. And that's how that show was written and structured, with the idea of, like, she's the mother, he's the father. But, yeah, she is, like, the really soft-spoken, because she's played by Mary McDonnell. So she has a very soft way of delivering lines that kind of puts you at ease, and she can be really sweet and nurturing. But also, if you're someone that's like full of shit, she's really good at like giving that fake smile and going, yeah, I think you're full of shit, dude.
That sounds like some of my teachers who are like, oh shit, don't fuck around. So basically, what you're telling me with those two metaphorical TV moms is, ladies and gentlemen, don't fuck with your teachers. don't piss off your teachers.
And I have one more.
Good.
And this is a departure from anything teacher related. Do you remember an FX show called Pose?
Yeah, you've told me about this show. I never watched it, but you've told me about it.
It's the best thing Ryan Murphy has ever put his hands on. Pose took place in the late 80s with the kind of the queer community in New York City, particularly what is known as the ball scene. It was basically like, gay, lesbian, and especially trans. There's a lot of trans characters on that show. It was like a place of refuge, and they would get together in these, like, they organize themselves into, like, they call them houses. Okay. And the houses would compete against each other in these balls that they would throw on, where they would do like Vogue dancing in these like goofy costumes. And the show, because it's a TV show and it's produced by Ryan Murphy, it kind of heightens it up a lot of that.
Like Underground Runway in a way?
Kinda. And there have been cases where like people from that community actually went on to have like careers in dancing and maybe or fashion design.
So this is a real thing that goes on.
It was inspired by a documentary made in the early '90s called Paris is Burning.
Okay, that's
but
title.
Pose was kind of the flashy TV dramatization, and we followed this one house within that subculture called House Evangelista, led by Blanca Rodriguez. Blanca Rodriguez Evangelista. They take the last name of their house. It's kind of a thing. Played by MJ Rodriguez. She's a trans woman. She is the leader of the house, and because she's the leader of the house, they call them mothers. If you're the leader of a house in the ball scene, you're a mother. And character-wise, the show kind of takes that. I don't want to say literally, because they're not literally her children, but they are effectively her children, the people under their house, because it's like a lot of them are runaways. One of them is like starts out as a prostitute, and she's trying to like get her out and save her. She's trying to like, and as they struggle with money and rent and all of that and jobs and all of that, but she is like, oh, and she has AIDS. At the start of the show, she finds out she has HIV. So again, kind of like with Laura Roslin, the sick mother trying to make things better for the people under her care. One of the best TV moms ever, even if she wasn't like a literal mom.
I know, babe.
Incredible character and a wonderful show.
Well, like I know we've talked about this too in like our TV dads, is what we grew up now watching compared to our fathers, is that not a lot of these dad and mom titles aren't literal. They're metaphorical. They're symbolic, and that's what it is nowadays. It's like, no, a maternal figure is more than just, I came out of your vagina.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty in it. Mm-hmm. Someone's literally choosing to mother you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Let's get into some bad moms now.
Yay!
So
when are you gonna get to Sons of Anarchy, man?
Oh, we'll get there.
Okay.
You gotta pace it, man. You gotta pace it.
I just want to make sure we don't forget about certain people.
Oh, we'll be talking about Sons of Anarchy for like an hour, remember? But first, one quick TV mom. Karen Wheeler from Stranger Things.
Oh, that's Mike's mom? No.
Nancy's mom.
Wait, Mike is...
Oh, is it Mike? Is it Mike too? That's right. I forget.
Yeah, they're siblings.
I forget their brother and sister. I've only watched one like season. I forgot. But anyway, yeah, Mike and Nancy's mom. This is a shitty mom. Like, she's a bad mom. Like, not horrible. She's a kind of a bad mom, because when you get her moments, you're just like this. Oh my God, you're just the young 18-year-old who married the rich 35-year-old, and now you're kind of bitching after three kids.
You only watched the first season?
I watched the first season, and I just remember what I watched of her, or maybe I watched 2 seasons. No, I watched 2 seasons. But when I remembered what I saw of this woman, when you got to see her, it was what was thrown at me was, oh, she met this dude when she was like 18, 19, super rich guy, got married, like, oh my God, look at this house, and I got all this stuff. And then 3 kids later, she's just like this. And I'm like, girl, fuck you. You weep what you sow, because you kind of like, you also don't even have an idea what's going on with your kids, except the youngest. She has no idea what Mike went through. Mike almost died how many times?
Oh, yeah. She's not aware of the sci-fi.
I think she's a crap mom.
I'd say watch more of the show.
She's a hypocritical mom with Nancy when they're fighting about the locked door. Remember how she unlocked her daughter's door? Mm-hmm. I think she's a crappy mom.
She has growth. She has some growth.
Does she grow later on?
She has some growth. Yeah, she has some growth, and she has some redeeming moments. I remember there's one moment much later on where she actually does tell off her husband. I will give you this. Like, Mike and Nancy's dad sucks. Most of his brain is probably at work, and he's not really too in tune with what's going on in the house. Yeah, he sucks. He genuinely sucks. He has very absentee father energy, and mom kind of steps in a lot to the actual parent of the house, and she has a few redeeming moments in that. And I remember there was one time, and I forget when this happened, but it was like she told off her husband. She kind of like, I don't know if it was something like, get off your ass and help, or maybe you would notice if you actually pay attention. she's not as static as you make her out to be. She has some moments, and which gives me hope for the upcoming final season of like where her character is going. Yeah. They've signaled that like she's got some growth to go.
We have yet to see then. Oh, I have yet to see. Mm-hmm. All right, I got a group of bad moms because they all come from one show. The town of South Park, basically, it's a lot of bad moms. You got Leanne Cartman, Eric Cartman's mom. You got Sharon Marsh, Stan's mom. You got Sheila Broflowski, Kyle's mom. You got Carol McCormick, Kenny's mom. And then you got Linda Stotch, Butter's mom. Those moms suck.
Is that a show that has any good parents at all?
Yes. Wendy Testaberger's mom gives her courage and strength.
I don't know who that is.
It's Stan's girlfriend.
Yeah. But she has a mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she backed her daughter up.
Okay.
Yeah, she gave her mom. No. Yeah, but then no. The main 5 moms of South Park. Oh, Token's mom's a good mom. That's a good mom.
Oh, okay.
Token's mom's a good mom. So is Craig. Craig's mom's a good mom.
Okay.
But for the main 5 characters of that show, their moms just suck.
Wow.
Yeah. Leanne is just feeding into her son's bullshit. Sharon could sometimes just give a shit about Stan's mental feelings and crap.
Oh, yeah.
Linda just lets her husband beat the shit out of her son.
Oh.
Yeah,
no.
literally. Sheila is just overbearing. Sheila's the stereotypical overbearing Jewish mom. Carol is just a tweaker. Just a drug addict tweaker who went to a cult meeting for free alcohol, and that's how Kenny was born. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a shitty mom. So that's the group of shitty moms. And then one last just single bad mom before to you. I don't like this mom at all. I know some people grew up thinking she was great and stuff. I think she was just uneducated. Chose to be uneducated and white trash. Mm-hmm. Roseanne.
Oh.
Played by Roseanne Barr from the Roseanne Show. Or the show Roseanne.
It's kind of hard to separate the two now.
I think Roseanne's just a shitty mom because at first, when you start off watching it, the whole point of the show is it's a middle class American family, kind of on the lower middle end.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, and they're not the stereotypical attractive parents, you know. John Goodman's that big husky dude and just has his humor, and then Roseanne she's nothing against her as her attractiveness. She's never been an attractive woman. They have 3 kids. End up, I think later they have 4, but they have 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy. And you can tell it's just a no-nonsense mom who, grew up from the tracks. She has a nice home now. She's like, don't be fucking around shit with her kids. But the more you watch her, you're just like, you come off and sound uneducated. You even choose not to go to college at one point. There's an episode where she chooses not to go to college for this job promotion because she's like, well, I shouldn't have to get a higher education for this job. I've been at this company long enough. I know it. It's like, they were paying you, though, to go to school. You could have been this upstanding model for your daughters, but you're like, shouldn't have to get education for this. It's like, yeah, you do for certain shit. That's how certain companies
if
run.
they're paying you to go to college, that's...
And also, too, she was the front runner for the position. They just said, hey, we do want you. Just do a night class. Yeah. Not a couple of night classes. Do a night class, and you'll get it. And here's the thing. They weren't saying you'll get it afterwards. You'll get it now if you say you'll do the night class. I shouldn't have to. What the fuck is your problem?
That sounds like some well-intentioned writing that misses the mark.
Oh, God, yeah. You had a chance to make your kids' lives better, but you say no because of your stupid pride. And there's so many times where she said, like, I forget what the dad's name is, so I'm just going to say John because John Goodman. But she's like, John, I'm a middle-class woman. I don't do this shit. It's like, ew. Like, I grew up fucking middle class. This is disgusting. Like,
well, you almost wonder, like, the economic backgrounds of the writers of that show where maybe they have, like, maybe at the time, like, they had some sort of intuition of, like, yeah, going to college can be hard for poor families, and it is kind of fucked up how much getting a college degree can help you get a job, and it sounds like the way they put it together didn't quite mesh with reality. Yeah, because like if your workplaces wants to promote you and is paying you to get a good job, like, yeah, why would you turn that down? Like, if you're being paid to go to college, fucking do it.
One night class.
Yeah, one night. Yeah, sure, exactly. One night.
Even
class.
to make it more simplified, and
it's job training.
And you were the first one on the docket, and they said no. If I remember that episode right, they were going to give it to her just by saying, "I'll go," not like we'll give it to you later. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
But I've also heard that show kind of struggled with...
It struggled more after the character won the lottery.
Well, yeah, famously, I think that's kind of the epitome of, like...
Jumping the shark, basically. You fucking ruined it.
At certain point. It's almost like they couldn't... It sounds like they had a hard time understanding... Almost like they were playing into the American dream myth of, like, you could move up. The opportunities are there for you to move up. Well, they're not always there for everyone.
And also, too, moving up means different things. Mm-hmm. Just having the 3 kids is moving up. Being able to have fun once in a while where you and your husband can still smoke a little weed in the bathroom after the kids are asleep, that's fun. Like, you know what I mean? Like, moving up isn't always financial. It's other things. And because you see John Goodman and Roseanne's, the characters, that couple, they had a lot of, like, fun outside of the kids. Mm-hmm. The fact that you can do that with 3 kids, especially the way those 3 kids were, that is moving up. That is the American dream. The American dream. Did you see the size of that 2-story fucking house?
Well, sitcom houses are always a lot bigger than they should
but
be.
Still, I'm still saying. It's like how I talk about the Belcher family home. It's like, this is a good house. Mm-hmm. Like, that house was huge. It had a nice driveway. You had good neighbors and shit. Like, but you were like, you just always wanted you chose to be a trashy woman.
One of my professors in film school teaching television, he said that you should always be testing your premise with a TV show. You should always be doing things to threaten to upend your status quo. And if your premise is strong enough, it'll revert back to the status quo. But sometimes you come up with something, it sounds like something like that, where it's like, oh, wait, this will actually make everything better and kind of change the whole vibe of the show. And they had to contrive something stupid that, again, kind of, for you, really affected how you viewed that character in a very negative way that clearly has kind of affected how you watch the show at all moving forward. You're like, oh, this character sucks. Well, it's good. It sounds like they contrived a way to not fuck with the show by the end, for everything to reset by the end, which it sucks. I hate when that happens.
But they did stuff with the husband, John Goodman's character, that made you go like, fuck yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, the best example would be his sister-in-law got beat up by her boyfriend. Like, I mean, black and purple. And when he found that out, he was like, huh. Like, calm, and then he quietly slipped out the door with his jacket, came back later, in the later scene with a box of chicken and kind of busted up knuckles. He just beat the fuck out of the dude. It's like this, that's my sister-in-law, motherfucker. I can talk shit on her. Yeah. You don't fucking touch her. And I'm like, yeah! Yep. Like, did you do this shit with his character? The fucking mom's right here, the name of the show! Mm-hmm. Yeah. Back to you, sir.
I got a trio of superhero moms.
Ooh, I like that.
I'm curious. Or superheroes moms, apostrophe S. We'll start with Debbie Grayson on Invincible, specifically the Invincible TV show. If you haven't seen the show, I'm about to spoil season 1 for you, but at the end where you find out Mark's dad is actually bad, the Omni-Man is evil, the Viltrumite threat and all that, and which of course is like earth-shattering for Debbie, Nolan's wife, and Mark's mom. In the book, they were a little less tasteful with it, where she just devolves into wild alcoholism, where it's like every time you saw her for several issues, she's crying and has a bottle in hand, and what I love in the show is that they really tone that shit down to where it's like a grief that she is carrying, but she also feels obligated to not let that come out. Which means when it does come out, it's more impactful. But she's she's trying to keep it in control for her, for her peers, for the public, and then eventually her stepson, all of her. So I felt like that was handled so much better in the show, and it made Debbie a more depthful character, and made it seem like, oh, she still has one foot on the ground. and it made me admire her as a mother a lot better on the show.
Yeah.
There's a lot, as I've said before, there's a lot of things on the show. It's very, very faithful to the book, but most of the stuff that they do change is for the better, and the way they rewrote Debbie is so much better. And yes, so she's a good superhero mom. Martha Kent in Smallville, played by Annette O'Toole, is another...
Smallville. Okay, Smallville. Okay.
Smallville, yeah.
Yeah.
Superman's mom, as depicted in Smallville. I love how she's written. Again, it's not that complicated. She's just
It's Ma Kent.
Yeah, it's Ma Kent. She's very nurturing, always looking for the good in people. Very much like, of course this is the mom that raised Superman.
Yeah.
No wonder Superman is Superman. And I remember appreciating that more when watching Batman v Superman, when Superman talks with his mom.
Oh yeah.
And she has this horrible line, well, you don't owe this world a thing, Clark. Don't worry what people think of you. And it's this weird objectivist narcissism that Zack Snyder imbued in the Superman character, because he just doesn't have a good philosophy in adapting superheroes properly, let alone Superman. It's like, oh God, way to assassinate Mark. The Man of Steel already assassinated Pa Kent, and then Batman v Superman kind of completes the assassination of Ma Kent, as just completely ruins those characters.
Well, Ma Kent is the reason why Superman is Superman, is because, yes, the teachings of Pa Kent, but Ma Kent kept it leveled. He could have destroyed the world after his father died. Mm-hmm. His adoptive father, but his adoptive mom kept that shit going, not mm-hmm. locked.
Yeah,
she kept nurturing. She's a big member of the community. I know there's stories in not only the comics but the TV shows of just overall of Ma Kent. Mm-hmm. When she died, the whole fucking town closed down for the day.
Yeah,
when Ma Kent dies, any comic book or TV show that talks about her death, all of Smallville's closed for the day.
Yeah,
she is the community. Mm-hmm. It's her. There's a way to do it.
And I love the relationship that she has with her husband, played by John Schneider. Pa Kent, as depicted in Smallville, is very much also good-hearted, but also has the angle of you still need to look out for yourself, son. There are bad people that you do not want knowing your secret. Mm-hmm. You got to be careful about this. And Ma Kent was a little less strict about that, and more, son, you need to do what is right. You need to do what you think is right. You have a moral obligation to act and think on those terms. And so I love Martha Kent in Smallville. Another.
Why did you say that name? Sorry, I had to.
Blows my mind how many people, the people that would defend that scene when it was the funniest thing we ever saw. So then we get to the show Superman and Lois, with Lois Lane, Superman's wife. Yeah, oh yeah. They kind of do the...
She's still a sassy, brassy woman.
I guess I'll bring up another mom on our list, because she clearly takes some inspiration from her Tammy Taylor from Friday Night Lights, the coach's wife.
Yeah, okay.
They both... Superman and Lois takes a lot of inspiration from Friday Night Lights, and that's a good thing. I always thought that Superman and Lois, it was so genius. How do you adapt Superman as Superman into a compelling character? Make him a dad. I thought that was just such a genius premise, and it made Superman / Clark Kent so interesting, of having to save the world, but also having to raise two teenage boys that are twins, and one has superpowers and the other does not, and they both lead two very different lives. And Lois Lane, and I love bringing Lois Lane down to earth with, okay, I was a big city reporter, but now I'm gonna, I'm just gonna move into the small town newspaper, but showing that what made her a good reporter was not where she was. It was all her, and she brought those kind of skills to the paper. And again, another takes no shit, no bullshit kind of mom. another great mom character.
I like that.
And and takes inspiration from Tammy from Friday Night Lights. You know what I love about the best thing about seeing, you're watching really good TV parents if you can believe in the back of the mind that they still fuck after kids. God.
Oh no, Superman and Lois, they fuck.
Oh, they definitely do. I believe, and I do believe Martha and Pa Kent, Martha and Jonathan Kent, they get down. Oh God, yeah. Eric Taylor and Tammy Taylor. Ooh,
They get down.
Oh man, Kyle Chandler and Connie Britton had some crazy chemistry on that show. If I was either of their spouses, I'd be a little concerned.
Would you feel like Chris Pratt's ex-wife?
Oh. Yeah, Tammy was great because it was like they figured out, okay, the wife needs to be more than just the wife if she's going to be on the show. So they made her like a guidance counselor at the school, which allowed her to be in the school where her husband works and allows them to interact more. And
I like couples who are work at a high school, because our high school had one big couple. Mm-hmm. It was I forget their names, but he was.
You don't have to say that.
No, I forget them, but because they were awesome people. I'd like to give that shout out because they were great teachers, a great teacher and a great counselor. She was a guidance counselor, the wife.
Okay.
And the husband was a teacher. He taught Gov. She was a guidance counselor, and they were like, you could tell it's like, oh yeah, that's a happy couple. They get down. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I bet their fights are fucking crazy to watch. Like you could tell, she was like 4'2". Mm-hmm. And he's like 6, I think a solid 6, and it was just funny. Like what you're telling me reminds me of our high school. You know what I'm talking about, right? That high school couple that worked there.
I think there was a few of them.
But the main one, they for the senior shows, or the sometimes the talent shows, they would make fun of that Will Ferrell SNL skit with the cheerleading. That was them.
Okay.
I love those.
All
two.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. I also have another good mom.
You go.
Since we're speaking of moms who you believe can get down with their husbands.
I mean, some of the moms you've listed already, and one who I've listed, they get down.
Have you ever seen the show Outlander?
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it, but that chick gets down.
That might be like the sexiest show on TV, Outlander.
She's hot. I've never seen it, but I know the posters.
She's hot. Sam Hugan.
Dare you say she's a MILF?
Granted, she doesn't start out as a mom, but yeah, if you haven't seen the show, it's about this woman who was like a nurse in World War II. She moves to Scotland with her present-day husband. This is where it gets complicated. And she discovers these like magical rocks, and that can, because she has some sort of genetic ability inside her, she has the ability to tap into those rocks and transfer 200 years into the past. So she meets this really handsome Scottish Highlander, Jamie.
And they fuck.
Jamie Oh, do they ever? Oh my God, they bone like every 2 episodes, long after they've had a kid and their kid is like fully grown.
Oh, they're still boning?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's like the hottest shit.
Let's be honest.
Artfully the hottest shit you'll ever watch.
Let's be honest. A happy mom is the one who's getting some pipe. Mm-hmm. That's a happy mom. All right.
But she like has a kid, and then like her motherhood story is like super complicated because she gets pregnant from this guy, and then they're about to do the big Jacobite uprising, where they try to overthrow the king of England so that they can reinstall the Catholic line, the Stuarts. Because they think that would be better for Scotland.
Yeah, fuck the Protestants.
Yeah. We want a Catholic king. But she knows from her time, like, this rebellion is destined to fail.
Yeah.
And once shit starts going bad, her husband's like, you should probably go back to those rocks and go home. You need to get back. So she goes back to her time, and she thinks her husband died, which I guess by 1940 whatever, technically he did, but she thought he dies in the battle. And so she comes back pregnant. She has to explain all this shit to her present-day husband and has like this time-displaced child, her daughter Bree. They raise her together. Her marriage to her husband falls apart, and conveniently he dies in a car accident.
Convenient.
But eventually she looks at some documents and stuff and finds out that her hubby survived the battle.
And had kids.
And no, he just
what? He just survived.
No, he survived.
Okay.
And she's like, oh well, I gotta go back. But this is like 20 years later. And so, and she has to like explain all this to her daughter, and which her daughter's like, I'm sorry, you're telling me my father was like a Highlander from the 18th century? What the fuck are you talking about? And so, but eventually her daughter comes around, and then like after mom goes back in time to be with her husband again, she's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go back in time and say hi to my mom.
Oh my.
And then, but then by that time she like falls in love with a guy, and who just happens to come from a similar like lineage where she has the same ability. So he follows her back, and now they're like a big happy family of like, I mean, they're I left off at the end of season 6 because that's all Netflix has, and I'm not getting stars anytime soon. So it's like, awesome. They're like grandparents now. But I love Claire. Claire is like this. She kind of bucks a lot of time travel tropes where it's like, oh no, I'm in the past. I better be careful to not step on a butterfly, because the show operates on this like logic that what is about to happen is going to happen regardless of an individual's actions. Right. Like one person alone cannot change the future.
Okay.
So she's just like, so she comes in there with all her medical knowledge and is like doing things with treatments that no one is technically not supposed to know about yet, right. Which leads to a couple times people thinking she's a witch. But she doesn't take shit from anyone. And she's always puts her foot down, which of course in the 18th century is like, whoa, what is this uppity lady doing up in this bitch? What is this shit about? But she doesn't care. She doesn't care.
Is she on the rag?
Like, she's not going to tell anybody a cockamamie time travel story about how she's from the 20th century, except her husband, and maybe a few close family members that earn her trust. But that's kind of it. Other than that, she's like, she doesn't feel like she has to make much of an effort to hide where she's from. If someone is hurt of an illness, she's going to do whatever she can to help you, cool. Even if the treatment hadn't been invented yet.
I like shows in general that have time travel, which is science fiction, but are set in like a fantasy type period setting. Mm-hmm. It always reminds me of like the Lord of the Rings when Gandalf died. You're like, when he came back, you're like, oh shit, this is fucking sci-fi. What the hell? This is fantasy. Mm-hmm. I love that shit. So I gotta watch Highlander, right? I gotta watch that.
Outlander,
sorry.
Not Highlander. Highlander is a very different thing. No, Outlander.
With a Highlander in it.
Yes, with an actual Scottish Highlander.
Okay, I gotta watch Outlander. All right, let's get back into the bad stuff and to the issues that destroy you psychologically. I got an interesting setup. So I got 3 bad mom groups because they're all on the same show.
Okay.
You're going to love this. So, make it quick and simple. All the moms in Game of Thrones, except for Gilly.
Still cock-teasing me about SOA.
Yes, I am. We're getting there. All the moms in Game of Thrones, except for Gilly. Those are just all of the... Even Catelyn Stark, she's a shitty mom.
Yeah. She's mean. She's not very nice to Jon Snow.
Oh, I'm not even talking about that. She neglects her youngest son, Rickon, when Bran is in a coma. Like, completely neglects him. Remember that?
Sometimes on that show you forget Rickon as a character.
Because Catelyn's a horrible mom.
Yeah. Like, Rickon is like a dog. Where, like, if you have, like, a dog character... But sometimes you don't see the dog in the house, but that's because the script didn't call for the dog to be in the scene, so they didn't call the wrangler, and then the dog shows up, and you're like, oh, right, this character has a dog. Yeah, Rickon is like a dog on Game of Thrones. He just shows up when the plot needs him to.
Yeah. No, she's a bad mom, not just because how she treated Jon, because of how she neglected Rickon when Brandon went into coma, to the point where Robb was like, he walks around the halls crying at night, where's mommy? Mm-hmm. Like, he walks like a ghost.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. Obviously, the easiest bad mom is Cersei. Horrible.
That's too easy.
That's just too easy. But Another bad mom would be, I forget her name, but she's from that like Viper clan. You know, she has their 3 daughters. She was married to, I think, Prince Oberyn. Like he was.
From Dorne.
Dorne, yeah, that Dornish chick.
Yeah.
First of all, god damn, was she hot? Holy shit! But she was a bad mom because like you threw your daughters into war and got them all killed. Mm-hmm. And also too, it's like you did that because you're like my husband was murdered in a trial by combat. You stupid bitch! You just like destroyed Dorne for centuries.
Yeah.
It's all the moms. Every mom in there is horrible, and I get the whole point is because it's like, well, medieval times back then was a horrible thing. No, Gilly was awesome, so no one has an excuse.
The only objection I'd have to Gilly is like, I feel like her character isn't really like she has a kid, but I feel like her mothering. The show doesn't devote a lot of time to her mothering. It's more kind of her relationship to Samwell.
You see it in the background.
You see it in the background.
You just gotta pay attention. She's a really good mom.
And that was something I kind of struggled with the list, where like some characters I'm like, well, she's a good person, but the show doesn't devote a lot of time to her being a mom.
But that's the thing. The show's full of bad moms, so the good mom doesn't have much time.
Like you know, it'd be a crazy pick for this would be. Did you ever see the last episode of Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, April has a baby.
That's right.
But like she's not defined as a mother figure throughout the show, and to be honest, April Ludgate having a baby does not make any sense whatsoever. I don't think she'd be a great mom, but it's just one scene, shows her having a baby, and that's her denouement. So characters like that, where it's like, oh, they're not defined by being a mother, I didn't really put them in there.
I feel like that's why Sam, though, went to protect her more, not because he light a crush on her, because like, oh my gosh, she has a kid, she's a mom, I gotta also, that nightly duty of the watch.
Yeah, they're
a good couple. So now, another group of bad moms on the same show. From 2.5 Men, you have Judith Harper, Evelyn Harper, and Berta.
I never watched that show.
First, I think it's 5 or 6 seasons, basically before Charlie Sheen gets offed.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is it, first of all, fucking hilarious, that show. But holy shit, these 3 women are like the worst moms, but it's downright fucking hilarious where you look forward to them being on the scene. On the set, like in the scene, except for Judith. Judith just sucks. Judith just sucks as a mom who is like this. My kid's stupid. I don't give a fuck. I blame the dad. That's why. She's just a bad person. But Evelyn is such a horrible mom, but you love it when she's there. Mm-hmm. She is the reason, by the way, that Charlie and Alan's dad's dead. She killed him.
Okay.
Not physically, but like just sucked his soul dry, like into the grave early. Oh my god, and she's just the way she talks to her boys, the way she acts, so emotionally manipulative and everything, to the point where there are times when like Evelyn's like, you hear Evelyn's coming, like the phone's ringing or the doorbell, and she's there, they just run away. Like Charlie just leave, and Alan's left with his mom. Mm-hmm. There are points too where Evelyn will just straight up, just any woman Charlie's with, just call her a slut or a whore and degrade her son. And like the sexual conversations her and her sons have is like, oh my god, like it's so, not like sexual like I want to have sex with my sons, but just this open sex talk about sex life. It's disgusting, but it's fucking hilarious. They're the best way they talk about it is when Alan's on the phone with Evelyn. And it's talking about, those God forbid moments, with our parents, like, do we pull the plug? What's the will and testament? And so Alan looks at Charlie, he's like, Mom wants to know what happens when she's on her life support. Do we pull the plug or not? And then Charlie just looks at his brother and just says, pull. He just says, pull. And then even, like, they'll talk about, and the thing is, Evelyn's is a slut, too, like a big slut. Charlie will be like, dude, our mom's been laid on a pillow more times than hotel chocolate.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a bad one. And you know what makes Evelyn a really bad mom? She's like Santa Monica's biggest real estate agent. Like she just knows how to get houses for rich people. Mm-hmm. She gets her eldest son Charlie a Malibu house. Even though she's Santa Monica and Malibu, she gets her son a Malibu beachfront house. And this is how you know she's a bad mom. This is a beautiful 2-story, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, nice views of the ocean, walk to the beach. It's a beautiful layout. There's no washer and dryer in this $10 million home. Oh. That's a bad mom. Because she got her son that house at a deal. Like a few $1 million under the price. There's no washer and dryer in that fucking kitchen. Sorry. There's no dishwasher in that kitchen. In a Malibu beach house. That's a bad mom. No, am I right? Like, that's how you know.
Okay.
And then Bert is just a bad mom, even though she's the great, like, the housekeeper and the nanny. She's a bad mom because she's just trailer trash, and her daughter is trailer trash with her granddaughter's trailer. It's just like generational trailer trash. Those are bad moms. And I love Evelyn a lot. And then the last group, before I throw it to you, in another sense of bad moms with a sense of that generational trauma. You ever seen the show Mike and Molly?
No.
So Peggy, which is Mike's mom, and Joyce Flynn, who's Molly's mom, wow, talk about just the destruction of your child's self-worth and confidence.
Oh my God.
Even though this is a sitcom comedy, and they're funny, I swear, Peggy's hilarious, but the way she has this, again, a manipulative, emotional hold on her son. No wonder he's 350 fucking pounds. Oh. And the way Joyce is with this very destructive alcoholism, but it's functioning. It's like, wow, you have one daughter who is just, I think she's a prostitute at some points, like, honestly. And then the other one is just completely overweight, has such a hard problem, who's Molly. You're like, Jesus, like, moms, like, your children are gifts. You destroyed them because of your own bullshit, baggage. Bad moms. All right, back to you.
All right.
Back to you. Because don't worry, when I come back, we'll have the fun.
Okay. All right.
Back to you.
Well, we'll end it with the fun.
Well, we'll end it with the fun, but then I have the worst TV mom of all time.
Okay.
Even after Sons of Anarchy. So back to you.
Okay. Well, in that case, I think I'll finish off my good moms list. I'll start with Worf's mom from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Was she a bad mom? I never.
No. This is the
good mom. Sorry.
The good moms list.
I got scared. I don't know why when he said Worf, I thought bad moms.
No.
This is the good moms. That's right.
Worf's mom, Helena Rozhenko. She's a darling Russian Jew, probably Jew, played by a Jewish actress. I don't think human religion exists in the Star Trek universe. But Worf's backstory is that, like, his parents were murdered in the massacre at Khitomer, and he was adopted by, like, a Federation, like a Starfleet, like, crewman engineer guy who was, like, a Russian guy. Like, his parents are Russian. Personality-wise, they're definitely coded as, like, Eastern European Jews. I think they were written that way, and so much so that apparently the studio was like, are they a little too stereotypically Jewish? But Michael Piller, who's the showrunner at the time and also a Jewish man himself, was like, no, don't worry, it's fine. They're cute. They're great. They were really sweet. Like, when there's one episode in season 4 where both his parents come aboard the ship. They visit. And his dad knows every detail of the Galaxy class because he's like that dad that as soon as his son gets a job, he learns everything about, like, where he's working, the company.
That is so Jewish.
So Jewish.
And so he comes, he's like touring engineering. He's like, yes, you're using the new warp reactor. I know how this works. I know exactly how the antimatter chamber works and all that. And then his mom was like, son, is everything okay?
Aww.
I am here for you. I say that they're Russian Jews because they were both played by Yiddish vaudeville actors. Like, it was deliberate casting on their part. They were written with that in mind, even though even though human religion. I think Gene Roddenberry's idea of humanity's utopia is like an atheist future. So, like, they never talk about Christ. They never talk about Judaism or Islam or any of, like, the Earth religions. Never once mentioned. The closest maybe is, like, on the cartoon Lower Decks. Maybe you see one female crew member wearing a hijab, and that's it. That's the most they ever acknowledge human. Well, okay, and the Nexus dream sequence in Star Trek Generations
Honestly,
where Picard imagines Christmas.
Yeah.
I think I saw a hit job in one of the 3 Chris Pine movies. I know it's a background character.
Oh, maybe.
I know it's a background character, but it's like, yeah, because it's like, it's not important to this. Yeah, it's not important.
Yeah, it's just a little background
Worf's
detail.
mom. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, she's really sweet. At one point, she helps raise Worf's son Alexander because Worf sucks as a dad and is too busy being chief of security in the Enterprise. Although eventually she brings the kid back and is like, son, I'm too old for this. Your son is a Klingon boy. I am way too old to handle a kid like that. You gotta raise your own son. So she still sets her boy straight. Yeah, Helen is great. I'll mention Athena on Battlestar. She is the wife of the good dad that I mentioned from Battlestar, Hilo, because they have a daughter together, and their daughter also might be the most important thing ever because he's human, she's a Cylon, and all that. But yeah, don't fuck with Sharon. The best mom on This Is Us is Beth. There's a lot of moms on This Is Us, and they all have redeemable qualities. They're not. No, I don't think anybody on that show is an outright horrible mom. But Beth, Randall's wife, is the best mom on that show.
As a mom, yeah, I thought she was kind of shitty as a wife a couple moments, but I understand the height of the arguments.
No, she was just putting her husband in her place.
No, there was a couple of moments I felt like it was like said it different, like because you're so invested in the show, you're like, okay, couples act in emotion sometime, but as a mom, oh yeah, no, she was her daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was willing to call out her daughters on when they screw up, and kind of call out members of her family and Randall's family if they start doing things or acting in kind of bad ways that affect her and her side of the family. Like she wasn't afraid to put her foot down. I like Beth. Beth is fantastic. We both like Carrie from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Yeah, she's a great mom.
She's fantastic.
First of all, that was like, I think that was my first of all introduction to like, oh, that's a MILF. That's a beautiful woman who can sing, but also was a tomboy.
I think she might be the best
Disney
mom in all of those Disney Channel sitcoms.
Oh yeah.
Maybe even today. I mean, I haven't watched Disney Channel.
I would say
years,
so. She was great because she had she was a single mom in a hotel, nice hotel, sure, who also worked at the hotel. Twin boys who are basically antagonizing and egging each other on all the time. Those two boys were just always antagonizing each other and also egging each other on, and she had to deal with that shit while doing multiple shows a day.
The people writing that show really understood how to balance an effective mom and being a sitcom character. Because I think a lot of times on those Disney Channel shows, sometimes they make the parents a little too funny.
Like kind of like how even Stevens did it a little. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, or like the parents on Wizards of Waverly Place. I think they kind of, especially the mom, I felt like she kind of slid a little too much into just, I'm a sitcom character category. I say funny things. And Carrie didn't do that. Carrie had like a really nice balance where you genuinely believed her as a real person.
Yeah. She really was like, that's a single mom, don't piss her off. Like, she was that mom. And she was great. She was a hardworking mom. She set up a great life for her kids in like a hotel suite, literally. It was a 2-bedroom suite with a kitchenette and everything. And she was not only living there rent-free, then she was also getting paid by the hotel.
Yeah.
But she was like telling the kids, like, stop fucking around. Like, basically, she was really just every day, stop fucking around, guys. Like, we have it better than you think from your deadbeat dad left us.
Yes.
And she held it together. What was great about her, by the way, everyone, that's Tater Tot. He's having fun right now with his toys.
Yeah, Tater Tot's tossing a toy around.
That's just so you know what's going on. But what was great about her is that she was a single mom, working hard, never saw her have a vacation, had to deal with 2 boys who were twins. But she kept herself together, too. Like, you could tell she took care of herself. She always stayed in relatively good shape. She didn't let herself go. She didn't have a vice. She didn't just have fun with guys, even though every guy wanted her. Everyone was hitting on their mom. Everyone was hitting on their mom.
Everybody wanted to fuck their mom.
Carrie kept herself disciplined, and that was a good TV mom. I liked her.
Yeah.
That's a good TV mom. That's a good mom.
I always felt like the on deck, the one where they go the continuation spinoff where they go on a ship. I always felt like that show was really lacking something because Carrie wasn't there anymore, and I'm like, oh, it's kind of like where they. Sweet Life and Deck felt like the Disney Channel was trying to make a Nickelodeon sitcom where all those it's like all those Dan Schneider sitcoms, the parents are suspiciously absent. Like, where are the parents in iCarly? That's one reason why I couldn't get into that fucking show. These are not real kids. I don't believe this at all.
The only the Nickelodeon show, the time when I was growing up, that had a present parent but a really good mom, it was Drake and Josh's mom. Drake's mom was amazing because it was Josh's stepmom, and she took Josh under her wing as this is my boy. And what was her name? The daughter. And anyway, she took her new husband's children as hers right off the bat. Mm-hmm. And she kept Drake in his place, and she gave Josh confidence. Yeah. Drake and Josh's mom was a good mom too. Those two moms for Nickelodeon Disney. Yeah. Great moms. The rest of the parents on those shows were just dumb. Really. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Let's take a fun trip.
Let's go to hell.
Charming California, USA.
The crow flies straight, baby.
The Sons of Anarchy, as you know, folks, by the way, Travis and I just fucking love that show so much. We probably talk about it, not only on this podcast, every single episode.
We need to start a tip jar for every time we drop a Sons of Anarchy reference.
Let's start now, because I think we each have to put in $100, and I don't have that kind of cash on me right now. Not that liquid. So we'll start it now. There's $1 in the jar.
$1, okay. $1 in the jar. Okay.
Sons of Anarchy. By the way, I said
you have to put the $1 in, not me.
No, fine. Sons Charming. Just the town of Charming is nothing but bad moms. I actually tried to see, even Tater Tot, if you can hear him whining, he just knows how bad these moms are. I actually tried to find a good mom in Charming, because you remember how for the dads we found it in Oswald. He was the only good dad.
Yeah, and he's like a minor character that maybe he was in 5 episodes total.
I could barely find a good mom because even his wife, Oswald's wife, she skirted the line a bit.
I don't even remember Oswald's wife. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, I remember now.
The only reason why I say she skirted the line as not making the good mom cut or being the only good mom, if you remember, the unfortunate part about how we are introduced to the Oswalds, very sadly. Their 13-year-old daughter. Yeah, episode 3, by the way, of the fucking show. Season 1, episode 3. Basically the town family, the Oswalds are the big family in town.
Yes.
Their 13-year-old daughter got raped by the clown at Funtown. Yes, I rhymed on purpose.
It was
she got raped. The 13-year-old. Yeah, unfortunately their daughter got raped at Funtown by a clown. But Oswald handled it better than any father could, because he had the chance to castrate his daughter's rapist, and he didn't, because he was that upstanding as a man. Yes, the rapist deserved to die. All rapists do, especially child molesters. They deserve to die. But that man took the fucking highest road, and I'm like, my God, you are more of a man than I am. The mom, at first you think she's protecting her daughter from, telling the truth to the cops and even the club to find this guy. She just doesn't, she's protecting her daughter, no one get near her. But she's protecting her daughters to make it act like it never happened. And I'm like, that's, and then as you find out in a few episodes down the line, to help with the forgetting and the healing, she shoves, and it's not like she introduces, she shoves religion down her daughter's throat. You never, first of all, shove religion down anyone's throat, but she did that for her daughter's healing, and she tried to make it where it never happened. She never got raped. It's like, your daughter got raped. I'm sorry. You got to work through this. Yeah. So she's a bad mom. And then now let's talk about all the other bad moms.
Oh, yeah, because
they're all of them.
Bigger bad moms.
And we'll save the big one for towards the end of this. But we can also, let's talk about Wendy. Wendy's a horrible mom because she was doing crank while pregnant. Remember? That's the first episode.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember.
It's
Yeah, she ODs on crank while pregnant, causing a premature birth for Abel, and then Abel is like in the hospital for the entire first season in the NICU.
And I love how it's like you see Wendy as this pregnant fat woman. Oh, I'm having ice cream. It's like, all right, pregnant women have ice cream. Smoking a cigarette. Okay. Oh, and
then cuts to the wide shot, and that's when we find out she's pregnant.
And then she puts the freaking needle in her arm and ODs, and it's like, oh god. Opie's first wife.
She has some redeeming moments in the end.
This is why she's a bad mom, though. Opie's first wife, Donna's a bad mom because...
Oh, I was talking about Wendy.
Oh, what, Wendy?
I was talking about the... yeah.
Sorry.
I was talking about how Wendy evolves later.
Wendy, yes. But look what you did, girl. It's a bad mom.
You're saying she's damned from the very beginning?
Yes.
Like,
you don't do that shit.
You couldn't... Okay, all
right.
right.
You don't do that shit. Okay, so Wendy, bad mom. Now, Opie's first wife, Donna.
She's repenting.
You know why Donna's a bad mom? It's not because of her interaction with the kids, because we don't even see that at all, just because the writing. It's nothing to do with, like, literally not the kids there. It's just the writing is not set up where there's any dialogue with her and the kids. Mm-hmm. Donna's a bad mom because you actually had a chance to get the fuck out of Charming when Opie was in jail, but you stayed and you caused more problems. She did! She could have left! The club never held her back. Opie even says, why the fuck did you wait for me? You could have left. And she can't even answer that. And look at the hell she puts her kids through. She could have got out.
I still put the onus on Opie, though.
Donna was a bad mom. She a big,
I'm sorry. Like,
big girl. Put on your big girl pants. You could have got your kids the fuck out of there.
Here's what I'll say. Donna put way more effort than Opie did in keeping the family and the marriage together.
By just downing him? Like trash talking him so much?
Well, she kept trying to get him to pull his own weight.
He was honest about who he was, though. She could have left. He never held her back.
He sucks.
Donna could have got out. Donna could have got out.
She could have, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose if the option presented her, yeah.
No.
But fucking Opie. Every time I watch the first episode, and he's like, I need back in the club, man. I'm just like, Opie, no, Opie, please don't do it, Opie. Don't do it. It's not good for you. Opie's
second wife, the porn star. Sometimes I forget her name. I want to say it's Piper, but Piper's her son. Oh. Piper's her son.
You know she's like, I keep wanting to call her like porn star Luna Lovegood. Just because of what the actress looks.
Honestly, you're right. You're not wrong. You know what's funny? I always want to call her Luann, but it's not Luann. It's not. I know.
That might have been what Luann used to look like.
Damn right. Lila,
yes.
Lila's a bad mom, not because her being a porn star. No, because you see the relationship her and Piper have. That's a good mom. She goes to school. She keeps them educated. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And fed. It's the way she acts after Opie and her get married. And yes, after, spoiler alert, Opie's death. She just turns to drugs and cocaine. And it's like, dude, you have 3 kids. And the thing is, you keep saying this about, like, I'm all alone, Jax, I'm all alone. It's like, the club is literally at your beck and call. The club is literally at your beck and call. Your husband's best friend is Jax.
I don't even remember how that character got written out.
Stop seeing her. I swear.
Like a lot of widows on that show, you just stop seeing them.
But she was a bad mom because it's like, girl, what's with the cocaine? And the fucking weed, you don't mix that. Mm-hmm. She's a bad mom. Okay, another bad mom. I like to bring it up because it's subtle. You got to pick up on the dialogue. Yeah. C.H. Pounder's character.
Oh, is she a mother?
She is a mother. She has quick dialogue with Jax about it. And when you listen to it, and I know, yes, it could be maybe just the acting, because that woman is an amazing actress. Yeah. Oh my God, everything she touches is just fucking gold. Mm-hmm. But the way she delivers that little monologue telling Jax about her son's death, and the way they talk about it, it's like, oh my God, did you fucking cause it? Did they kill your son because of you? Because she says, like, when I was sitting in front of my son's killer that way, because I caught him. Because she's basically a cop, a lawyer, the DA, her whole life almost, like big time criminal justice, like, you know. And it's like the way she says it, you're like, oh my God, you got your son killed. He's dead because of your fucking actions, because you were like super high on your career, I think. It's just the way she delivers those lines. Watch that again. It's in the I think it's season 6.
Is it that late?
Yeah. Oh, that's it's that late.
Yeah, because she's with that other. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
When CH Pounder's character comes in, it's just the way you're just like, I think you caused your son's death through your career high. You just wouldn't stop poking the hornet's nest. You got your son killed. You're a bad mom.
Okay.
Another bad mom is one of Nero's buddy's wife. The kid who did the... Yeah. You know what I'm not going to spoil this one.
The one that Juice had to smother.
Yes, the one that Juice smothered with a pillow. She was always a junkie. And because of her... And it wasn't like, oh, yes, because her boyfriend was this criminal gangbanger Latino. It was also because the mom was, like, doing fucking crank. Mm-hmm. Again, crank. But that caused her son to do what? You fucking shoot up the school. Which was... Oh my God, that lead up to the school shooting was just wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the cutting the kid had all over his arm, the diary.
Yeah, it was like, wasn't it like each act of that one episode was just like...
I think it was a season 6 premiere.
Yeah, and we're just following this kid and we don't know why.
At the beginning you think it's a flashback to when Jax was a kid.
Yeah, because he kind of looks like Jax.
But then when you see his room, you're like this. Wait, this isn't the early 90s or late 80s. What the fuck is this shit? Who is this kid? You're like,
and then you see him pull out a Mac 10 as he's walking into the school.
It was a KG9. It was a KG.
Oh,
remember the KG9s? That's a bad mom. I
just remember his dad was Dave Navarro from Jane's Addiction.
Yes.
And
That's it. That's who the dad was.
They had a lot of like bizarre rock star guest appearances.
Well, I mean, shoot. They had the guy from Black Flag.
Yeah.
Even though he was horrible neo-Nazi.
Yeah, Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins, a horrible neo-Nazi. Very good dad. Very, very focused, present dad. Hey, you got to admit, Henry Rollins' character was a very present dad. Just a neo-Nazi.
I pulled my son out of T-ball because they were giving participation trophies. No, those trophies you have to earn.
Not my America.
What?
No, yeah.
Whiteness is there.
That was a bad mom. Because her son, basically, the way she acted led to her son shooting up a school. Bad mom. Another bad mom.
Good Lord. How many are we gonna get to?
Oh, we have a lot of bad moms. Another bad mom. This is a fun one because we never see this woman. We never see her, but we know she's a bad mom. There's two moms.
Oh, no.
Two moms we never see, but we see the horribleness reverberations of who they are as moms.
Okay.
Let's start off with Tig's baby mama. We don't know if they were married or not.
Oh, well.
Fawn and Dawn's mom. We don't know if they got married, Tig and her. We don't know if there was just a baby mama. As our producer said, she's just a bad mom for naming her two daughters.
She's just bad for conceiving children with Tig.
Just that alone. Just hold on. Just letting Tig just basically plant a seed in her twice. But she named her daughters Fawn and Dawn, and those two girls are basically just train wrecks with drugs, sex, and crime. Yeah, Tig's. I'm just
like
baby
father,
mama.
like daughter.
Basically, Jesus, that woman was horrible. And then one mom we never see as well. Horrible fucking monster of a mom. It's Gemma's mom. And you know why we know Gemma's mom is a horrible mom? Just look at Gemma. That's all you need to know.
Well, don't they later reveal that like Gemma's mom abused her a lot?
Yeah, physically.
And then her dad
did
nothing.
Did nothing.
Yeah.
But physically, emotionally, who knows sexually? We don't know. We just know abuse. Just full on abuse. And destroyed Gemma, because when you see Gemma, there's goodness in her heart to a degree for some things. There are.
For some things.
For something. And unfortunately, it's in the shell of a destroyed person because her mom was horrible.
If anything, it's like she was more... The dirty secret of Gemma is like she was more loyal to the club than probably any of the actual club members.
The idea of the club, yeah.
Yeah, no, they like I just watching an episode. They dropped this line like, oh yeah, she left when she skipped town when she was 16, came back 3 years later with a baby and a biker gang.
Yep, baby and a biker club. That was a good line. Good line. Now, okay, let's get on to the two main horrible moms. The two really main female characters in the show. We said Gemma, so let's talk about Gemma real quick. Gemma's just god-awful. Just a god-awful woman.
Gemma is terrifying. She's one of the most terrifying ladies of all television.
She is the old lady to 2 presidents of Sam Crow.
The founding 2 presidents.
No. One of the founding. Clay was the first 9, but the founding 2 members was Piney and John. Clay came in later.
Oh.
Even Clay was the first 9, a founding member, but the 2 founders was John and Piney, and Gemma was originally with John, married, and had 2 boys with him, Jackson Thomas.
And then she got with Clay.
And they killed. They did some dying. They did a coup.
John got a little too uppity with his transcendental anarchist philosophy bullshit. Like, this is what the club is really about.
But the death of Thomas also speedlined that.
Yeah, the death of Thomas messed up.
And Gemma has amazing talons when she gets them in a guy. We see that her with Nero.
Mm-hmm. She knows how to wrap a man around her finger.
Yeah, it's disgusting, it's horrible, it's scary.
Is with Nero and with Unser.
Unser too, yeah. Oh, those 4 main men of Charming.
One of the most cucked characters in all of television, Unser, Wayne Unser. Loyal to the club in the end, in love with Gemma, but Gemma will never reciprocate.
Never. And you know what's disgusting is he was in love with her when she was 16. Because he watched her grow up. It's like, oh my god, how older are you than her, you perp? Like, the fucking horrible. He's older than Clay. He's older than Piney.
He's older than everyone.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he doesn't like Ruth. He doesn't actually pursue her. Maybe he just knows in the back of his mind this is wrong. And maybe he doesn't even realize that he's in love with her at first. It's more like, I've known her for so long and I have this close connection.
This is all I have left in the city of Charming.
Yeah. Gemma's all I have left.
No, Gemma just got John killed, turned Clay into a puppet, and just Unser became a puppy. And this woman she has this disgusting protective barrier on Jax, and basically guided her son into the club life. Really, really. Yes, you see her moments where she's the protective den mother of not just Jax, but as of the club. All the club members love her, but she's just disgusting how she goes about everything. A lot of people die because of her.
I always think about how her with the women in Jax's life and how her loyalties kind of shift. At one point she's on, and it's on a dime. It's whatever. It's whenever she gets an inkling, whoever she thinks in the moment is best for Jax, she's the nicest mom. Yep. I'm going to help you. I'm going to groom you to be the biker old lady that you're meant to be. And it's either with Wendy or it's with Tara at any given moment. But if she gets the inkling that, you're bad for my son, she will turn on you and become terrifying in an instant.
Or you'll say no to me.
Yes. You don't say no to Gemma.
Brought up Wendy and Tara, they're the main 2 love interest, because Jax has sex with a ton of women in the show. Mm-hmm. She never says anything about the sluts and whores or the crow eaters.
No,
she just is whatever.
That's just part of the life. Yeah.
But with Wendy, I honestly think Gemma always liked Wendy more than Tara, because Wendy is controllable. Tara is not controllable at all in any degree, and that's why I think Gemma was okay with Wendy being the junkie during pregnancy and didn't even think about helping her with anything, is because it's I can manipulate and control this girl, so she's fine. I got her. If this is my son's baby mama, possible wife, and going to be the mother of my grandkids, well, I can control her, so I don't care about her. Yeah. She didn't really care if Wendy lived or died. She just cared about her grandson in her belly. She didn't even give a shit that the woman almost OD'd. She even tried to get her OD'd again.
Yes.
But with Tara, she hated her the most because she knew this girl's going to say, fuck you.
And not Tara had a mind of her own, and she could bring out the better impulses in Jax to do the right thing instead of doing the gangster thing, and that was a threat to
his way of life, because she cultivated the Sons of Anarchy.
She nearly drove Jax to leave.
Yeah. Multiple times.
And
you know what's great about that too is that Gemma's evil when she, out of all the characters, Gemma has a moment where she sides with a cop. The ATF agent, Stahl, she literally says to Stahl, going after the weaker women because they'll probably unravel and tell you all the secrets. That's smart. That's what I would do. It's like, oh shit! Like, Jesus Christ, you're fucking agreeing with a cop?
They're two sides of the same coin.
No, but the way she says to the club's new enemy, smart. That's what I'd do. It's like, whoa, damn.
It's like, I understand you. You're my enemy, but I understand you.
Yeah, no, she's horrible. She does one big horrible thing that literally leads to the destruction of almost the Sons of Anarchy as a whole.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that character now. Tara, she's a bad mom.
Okay, now this is a controversial
Yes.
verdict. Why is Tara a bad mother? Is it because she... Is this really because of the what happens at the end of season 4 where Jack says, you know what, I can't leave.
But you leave. Yes, she said you go. Mm-hmm. He told her, because here's the thing about Tara. First of all, Tara is Jack's high school sweetheart. Mm-hmm. And because of this bad breakup that fucking high schoolers have, that, you know, I broke up, it was hard, and also too, Tara has some emotional damage from her parents that we know of, because we hear it. Tara leaves off to go to medical school in Chicago and becomes really the greatest micro baby. She becomes the greatest surgeon for NICU babies in the world. She does. And then Jax is all heartbroken, and Gemma hates that. But when she comes back to Charming for Jax, there's all this thing, falls in love, and you're like, okay, fine, you know, love is love. But this is before Abel. So this is just with... No, sorry, this is before Thomas.
This is before Thomas, yes.
Jax has 2 boys, Abel and Thomas. Abel from Wendy, Thomas from Tara. Abel's born. Tara does become a very adoptive mom and then stepmom.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, she was kind of involved with Abel just as like medical care, but because that brought her closer to Jax, that kind of smoothly segued her into being a mom.
About this is that she was the good for Jax, because yes, the Sons of Anarchy was the 1%ers for motorcycle gangs and clubs, and they had a lucrative illegal arms business. At the beginning of the show, Sam Crow was doing stuff for the town, though. Like, they took down the rapists. They beat up those, the carnies, too.
They drove out the neo-Nazis.
They kept the gangsters at bay and made sure there was no crank and charming, like the drugs. And it was good for a bit, but then when Tara saw that there was real evil in this club that wasn't changing, she was trying to get Jax out. And by doing that, too, she moved up the ranks at her hospital at St. Thomas? Yeah, St. Thomas. And she got a job in Oregon where they were going to not only wait for her healing of her hand for that horrible accident with the quote-unquote cartel, but they were going to have on-site 24-hour daycare for the boys. And they were going to pay her butt-fucking tons of money. Mm-hmm. And then when Jax decided, I have to stay with the club because of the fucking, CIA, RICO case, all this shit, I have to stay. I cannot leave these men to just fall to the ground and everyone goes to jail, not just Sam Crow, but the whole SOA organization. He told Tara, go. Get our boys out of here. You'll have the greatest setup in Oregon. 24-hour daycare at your job. For a newborn and a toddler.
Yeah.
And for the rest of their lives until they're in school. Tara was basically going to have a fleet of nannies.
Yeah.
Paid by...
She was set.
More set than you've heard of anyone for a job. Mm-hmm. She decided to stay. And when she decided to stay, it was when you saw the evil of SOA. From Clay, Tig's horribleness, and the wars and everything, the way they treat women with the Crow Eaters.
It's like that institution of the club preys on your loyalty, and where...
Well, the evil finally came out of what the club was doing. It was, and what Clay turned it into, and what everyone accepted, and the multiple, just shootings, the death, the freaking clubhouse getting blown up.
Yeah.
And she stayed. And Jax could have left, but she stayed to be an old lady, and it almost seemed like in defiance of Gemma to be the new old lady, the queen. And I'm like, this, you could have left, and then you would be alive, just that alone, but then the kids would have never been a part of this. They could have been in Oregon safe and sound. Jax would have told the Oregon charters to stay the fuck away from her. Keep an eye on her in a sense of safety, Stay the fuck away from them. They are off the table.
Mm-hmm.
But keep an ear out.
Yeah.
She stayed. That's why she's a horrible mom. She's a horrible mom because she stayed at season 4. When she had an out, and again, think about that setup for any job. No matter who you are, whether you're a janitor, a custodian, all the way up to a famous actor. Your job is going to pay for 24-hour on-site professional daycare for a baby and toddler. You're getting paid for transportation and housing. You're getting a new car. She's getting a new car. And she's getting paid up the ass.
It was basically a genius way to kind of make her choice more impactful. Like, there is no other reason for me to make this bad decision other than I'm doing it for you. There's a lot of characters that just seem to seal their fates, seal tragic fates because they want to keep their families together. Or
their own personal love for the individual that they're in love with, who they have kids with.
Yeah.
And the thing was, like, at the beginning, you're like, yeah, SOA's, Sam Crow's like, they're fine. Like, we're rooting for this. Like, and Jax is going to do good, finally. The dirty secret got out. Jax. Tara's good.
Jax is the good king, the benevolent king that's going to make the kingdom whole again. And preserve the soul of the Sons of Anarchy.
Tara's like, this could work, and it's kind of cute. The Doctor and the Outlaw, this is cute. Like, and it's like good, and you see good. And then it gets worse because more stuff comes up, and then you also see it's like, how many bodies has Jax fucking put in the ground? Even before episode 1, like, holy shit. And then you see,
gonna stop.
But then you see how she even brought up the way the club acts with women, the Crow Eaters and everything. It's like, she has 2 boys, and the best part about Tara is she thinks of Abel as her own literal son.
Yes.
Especially Thomas. And then you just see her turn evil and disgusting. Remember the whole time when she was working Otto to not flip? How she was turning, her evil was coming out too.
Yeah.
I mean, she forcefully through shock and scare woke up Thomas just to have attention. The shit Gemma does.
Oh my god, I forgot about that scene.
I'm just saying,
it's just like she gets corrupted.
This was after season 4, but during season 4, she had the chance to move. She stayed. You're a horrible mom. It's baffling those boys got out alive. Baffling. So that's the SOA moms. I know there's I think a couple of them like the side characters and stuff. But
I'm surprised you didn't mention Opie's mom.
Oh, thank you. Opie's mom's a piece of shit. Fuck. I'll say this just about Opie's mom. No, really, just overall. Fuck that fat bitch. She's a horrible mom. Just a horrible, unloving, nothing. There's no nurture from that one. All the other moms we've said who are bad moms have a level of nurture, though. Yeah. That woman had nothing but ice in her veins.
Yeah, she had. Just
Thank you for bringing that up.
Just when you think she's just like she was a suffering ex-biker wife, she'll just say something where like, "Oh no, you have nothing but contempt for Opie."
Oh, just no life. No life.
Yeah.
Nothing but contempt for life. Mm-hmm. You're a shit mom. Mm-hmm. All the moms of Charming are horrible people. Horrible moms.
There is no good parents on that show except for Oswald.
He's the only, everyone
except
else
for
sucks.
Oswald, everyone else.
Even Bobby Elvis's multiple wives are horrible women. Remember when we meet Precious? All of Bobby's wives are horrible, and they're all moms. Freaking Chibs' wife is just you're a horrible woman. That even Gemma fears. Mm-hmm. John's second wife, Trianne.
Was she really his wife, or was she?
Yeah, they got married in Ireland. There's a wedding picture.
Oh.
As I'm saying, she's a horrible woman too. They're all horrible moms. Sons of Anarchy has only one good dad. Everyone else is horrible.
You have to be horrible to function in that universe.
You do.
You cannot
God. We're gonna have to one day just do 8 episodes of Sons of Anarchy. And you know why I say 8? Because one episode just has to be about the music. Those 7 seasons. Some of the best soundtrack ever in TV history. Mm-hmm. That's the Bad Moms of Sons of Anarchy. Now,
you have one more.
I have one more. Mm-hmm. I have an honorable mention bad mom real quick. Mary Cooper from Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon.
Oh.
She's an honorable mention because she is a loving mom, but she's a bad mom because she brings up her quote-unquote past mistakes onto her kids to make sure that it doesn't happen to them. And she favors Sheldon over the other 2. You can't have favorites. Here's the thing. And by that I mean when it comes to being a parent, if you have a favorite, keep that shit in your head. Yeah. And never act on it. But when you openly do act on it and kind of say it. So Mary Cooper is an honorable mention because she's a half and half. She really is. Now let's talk about this bad mom. Yes,
Big Kahuna?
Yes,
Okay.
the Big Kahuna. Yes, this bad mom is such a horrible bad TV mom that she is actually the greatest TV antagonist of all time, even to this day.
I was at one point thinking when you were going to bring her up.
Yes, she is, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest TV antagonist of all time. No one can put a candle to this woman, or just that she is on her own freaking island, basically, like country, continent, pedestal, everything.
Yep.
From Everybody Loves Raymond, Marie Barone
Yep.
is the worst TV mom ever. My God, in just Christ living in hell. Just everything you can think of. Good God in heaven. Doris Roberts is the greatest TV actress of all time.
God rest her soul.
God rest her soul, that woman, the late, great Doris Roberts. There is no other woman on this planet who could portray Marie Barone. Oh my God, the worst mom, the worst wife, the worst mother-in-law, and the worst grandma, the worst neighbor. Holy living hell. Honestly, all I have to do is just... all we'd have to do to describe this woman is do a quick 30-second montage of her quotes. Just to encompass the awfulness of this woman. But let's quickly talk about it. She is so bad. She openly has her favorite. Openly says who her favorite son is out of her two boys. It's Raymond. The whole title of Everybody Loves Raymond just comes from how much Marie loves Raymond way more than her older son Robert. Like openly in front of everyone's face, Raymond's my favorite.
Robert is the one that lives with them.
And takes care of him and is a cop.
That's...
He's a decorated NYC sergeant.
Yes.
Decorated. Like, I think he was at 9/11. She is...
That's terrible.
The way she controls her husband, Frank, is through food. You know how evil that is to control... No. Do you know how evil it is to control your man? Not through sex, not through manipulation emotionally, not through violence, and not even through, like, gifts, material shit. She controls and manipulates her husband through fucking food. You know how evil that is? And by the way...
That's terrible.
By the way, Marie is the greatest cook in that whole city. The fictional city wherever they live in, on the East Coast. She's the greatest cook in the whole town. Everyone knows Marie's cooking is the best. That's how she gets him controlled, how she gets him to do things, how she gets him to behave, how she gets him to shut up, how she gets him to come follow her wherever she's at. Her cooking. You know how evil that is? It's not even how her cooking is bad. Her cooking is like the gift of the gods. It is. And she controls her husband and her sons through it. And then, to add it further, she is so horrible to her daughter-in-law. Just because Deborah got married to Ray, she is horrible to her. Just not for the fact of like threatening, not for the fact of like I don't think she's good or I don't think she'll replace me as a matriarch, just simply because she took Ray from her. Just simply because of that. She gives Deborah hell all the time. She downs her dressing, how she dresses, how the state of the house, the cooking, the state of the kids, if Ray's not fed properly. She just degrades Deborah on every level as a woman. Woman to woman, just destroys this woman. Yeah. She's mean to Deborah. And then the one line, and she says this one line all 9 seasons. Almost every season has this line multiple times. She has openly said that, if I was a little younger and maybe Ray was a couple years older, I'd fuck him. I'd sleep with Ray. I'd sleep with my son. I'd have sex with him. He's that handsome. It's like, ew! You're saying that in front of everyone, too, out loud. You're saying you'd openly have sex with your son if you were just a few years younger.
God.
Ew! Ew! She's so bad. Here's the best part. I love Marie as a character.
Well,
Yeah.
Like when Marie comes on camera, you know you're gonna laugh your ass off, or just say, "My God, lady!" But the worst just person ever.
Yes.
Oh my God, she's so bad. She hides the fact of why her and Frank got married. Remember why? Do you know why her and Frank got married? Like why they even got married?
No.
Because she was pregnant with Robert.
Oh.
And she hid that for seasons. You don't find that until like I think season 6.
Did her husband not realize?
No, Frank knew.
And that was the only reason they
got married because they're Catholic. They're hardcore Catholic. They're Italians.
Not because she wanted to spend the rest of her life with him or anything. No, it's just like, I guess this is what I have to do.
No, because well, he got me knocked up. We're dedicated Italian Catholics. And when the best part is when they're explaining that, and Marie's freaking out and trying to shut it up. Of like, wait, no, why'd you guys got married? Like, the baby pictures don't match up. We know Robert's this giant dude. Like, was he a giant baby? And it's like, all right, we got married because I was pregnant with Robert. That's the only reason why I got married. And they look at Frank as like, I wanted sex. I just wanted to get my dick wet. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, no, like that's the only reason why they got married. And then when Ray was born, she completely neglected Robert. Because that was her kid who she gave birth to while being married, so that kid means more than the bastard.
That's terrible.
Even though Robert wasn't a bastard, they got married before he was born.
Oh.
She gave Ray all the attention because that's my kid in marriage. To the point where, remember Robert had that weird, like, serving spoon to the chin problem? Mm-hmm. That's because Marie neglected him for Ray.
How religion can just fuck up a family like that.
But Marie chose it. Marie chose that. And you know what's funny? You never see them go to church in the whole series. Maybe one time. Like a couple times they're in a church. Not the wedding ceremony of Robert's wedding.
Not like in the end, okay.
Oh, that was season 8.
Yeah.
I am literally... Or season 7. One of the two when they got married.
Like the final episode?
No, the final episode was Ray in the hospital when he almost died.
Oh, okay.
Or they thought he died. No, I'm saying is that the entire 9 seasons, you never see them at church.
Okay.
Frank and Robert say so much. Frank, Robert, and Ray say a lot of blasphemous shit. You know who gets on them for that? Deborah, not Marie. Just stop that with that language. That's it. Not like, how dare you say that about God? No, it's Deborah. Deborah's more of the, I'm just saying, like, Marie's, like, had this weird, like, Catholic guilt bullshit, but they're never at church, ever, in the whole show.
Maybe it's like once she got married, the guilt was over, and then, suddenly I don't feel a need to go anymore.
I think the last time I went to church was when she married Frank. And the best, and also, too, just even the more show how horrible this woman is, Frank's great line about, like, this. Do you think I was always like this? Your mother made me this way. I used to be a gentleman!
Yes.
She's horrible. She's the greatest TV antagonist of all time. Gemma would shit her pants. Cersei couldn't handle her.
No, God, no.
I think Evelyn Dutton would run away on her horse.
And get bucked off.
And Evelyn Harper.
And still
Evelyn Harper would just keep away from her. Every bad TV mom I've said right now, and even the good moms you've said, would just stay the fuck away from this woman. She is the worst. She is the greatest TV antagonist of all time. And that is why, Marie Barone, I love you.
Although, I think Marie Barone would shit her pants if she had to face Mrs. Peacock. Or rather, Mrs. Peacock's sons / husbands / it's a big question mark as to the relations of those. But that's all I'm going to say about that X-Files episode.
There's a lot of other TV moms we may have missed. We know we have some of the classics, for example. You have Edith Bunker, played by Gene Stapleton, the great Gene Stapleton from All in the Family. Mm-hmm. There's the big TV moms from the past. I mean, hell, Claire Huxtable. You got Reba Hart from The Reba Show. You have even Jill Taylor and Kitty Forman from Home Improvement and That 70s Show. There's a lot of moms we missed. Please let us know who your favorite TV mom is. Oh, and to wrap it up, to get back to like I did promise about the Duttons, it's funny how the last Dutton mom was a shit horrible woman, but the first Mrs. Dutton, Margaret Dutton, played by Faith Hill from 1883, what an amazing mom. protected the family, wasn't afraid to get a rifle and get dirty. That woman was dangerous and awesome. Yeah. But yeah, TV moms. The bad, the good, the ones who are just trying to keep it together, the ones who use their childhood trauma and threw it onto their kids and chose to. The alcoholics, the crackheads, all those TV moms. To wrap it up, really, Mother's Day just happened, like we said, because this is coming out the Tuesday afterwards, even though we're recording it on the 20th of April. I want to just say right now, even though we did say it at time of recording, or time of release, happy Mother's Day to our moms. Travis, you go first.
Happy belated Mother's Day. Hopefully I'll get to say it to you in person day of. A lot of writers in general that I think have bad experiences with their parents because they told their parents they wanted to be writers instead of getting a real job, and their parents didn't accept them for that. And so writers take it out in their stories, where I think a lot of bad parents are just stand-ins for the writer's actual parents as a big FU for getting a writing degree instead of an engineering degree. Mm-hmm. I don't feel that way about you, Mom. And generally when I've read any piece of fiction, I have never felt compelled to write a stand-in character for you that was supposed to be despised by the reader or the audience. So thank you for that. Happy Mother's Day to you.
Mom, I love you. I know I'll see you on Sunday for Happy Mother's Day. And I just wanted to always say to you that you always support me and love me in everything I've done in my life. Always been there to, dust me off. You've always fed me well. All your cooking's great. I love you, and I guess what I really want to say is I wish I was a better son growing up, and I will continue to work on being a better son towards you because you're my mom, and I love you very much, and you always mean the world to me, and this is nothing against, my father, because I love him too, but I know deep down I'll never be ready for the time when you pass. No matter how old I am, I'm never going to be ready for that. I love you that much.
Hey everybody, it's Tom from the future. I got a hold of Travis's time machine. Been pretty fun to use. I forgot to say a sponsor for this episode. And if I did that, well, my mom would never let me forget. So, for this sponsor on this great Mother's Day episode, milk. We all need it. We all love it. 2%, 1%. No fat, half fat, almond, whole milk, all the goodness of milk from every which way or form. We love milk. Happy Mother's Day. Oh shit, I stepped on a butterfly.
So that's our show. Thanks everyone for joining us in on this really fun, sweet, and good episode. It closes off the TV parents for us. Thank you everyone for listening to us as always. This is Give Us the Launch Codes. We love you all. And good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Bye, everyone.